Well, the Syrian city of Homs is under artillery bombardment for the fifth straight day, despite a promise from President Bashar al-Assad made to the Russian foreign minister that he would end the violence and start talking to the opposition. Activists say more than 40 people have died as a result of the latest shelling, but this is very difficult to verify. Sergei Lavrov, now back in Moscow, has repeated Russia's opposition to Western and Arab pressure for President Assad to stand down. Foreign Affairs editor Peter Cave reports.
Syria may be isolated in the west, but it still has friends. Speaking to a rally in Beirut, Hezbollah's leader says the West is lying about what's happening in Homs.
Hezbollah's stance is clear, that facing this situation we were all bound to be moved. So we called friends in Homs who have nothing to do with the regime. They said nothing was going on in Homs, just the usual, some gunfire, some clashes.
But the US says it's Syria's friends who are fueling the violence.
Well, we've made absolutely clear how we feel, both bilaterally and publicly, about regimes that continue to trade arms with the Syrian government. They're simply fueling the violence.
You're trying to shame the Russians into stopping their current policy.
We have made absolutely clear that we think that this is wrong, that it's dangerous, that it's fueling the cycle of violence.
We support any initiative aimed at creating the conditions for the Syrians themselves to enter dialogue and begin the road to national reconciliation. All responsible members of the international community must begin to do this, whether in the Arab world, in Europe, in the United States or in other regions.
In cities like Homs, where opposition to the Assad regime is strongest, the killing continues. Shells have been raining down on the city. Children and the elderly are among those in the line of fire. Families are cowering in basements to avoid the bombardment. Most of the pictures are uploaded to the internet and their content can't be verified. But there are a few foreign journalists in the city confirming the dire situation the residents are in.
The man who usually drives the bodies and the injured very bravely drove to another part of Homs. Somebody described it as a suicide mission, was fired at a lot apparently on the way there and on the way back, but managed to come in last night and distribute bread to people. It really is becoming that difficult here.
The rebel fighters have little answer to the tanks and artillery of the Syrian government. Some of them are holding out for foreign military help, similar to the operation in Libya, but that's not on the agenda at the moment. The argument about the international response has been over diplomatic measures. But while that debate continues, the death toll in Syria keeps rising. Peter Cave, Lateline.